Gil,
Are you there, man?
I'm here. Are you there?
Yeah, let me just lower this TV. Dude, this week's been a long month, man. That's all I
I,
could say.
I agree. You made me feel kind of old there for a minute.
Holy crap, man. I was like, what in the hell? No, I
Whoa.
got kicked out of where I live. So I've
Oh, I saw.
been like Motel 6 in it, and I'm staying at like at my ex brother in law's house. Like I just like I'm trying to do what I can to do what I can to do what I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I've been there. Damn, it sucks, brother. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
hear.
it's all good, man. It's
Well,
it's it's rock and roll.
that's right. It's the lifestyle, isn't it? We got a
It,
lot
it
to
kind of
talk.
is. It kind of is, you know. I try
So,
not to be a heathen, but I can't help it sometimes.
right on. So let me open the show, and we're going to get to talking to you. All right, I'm going to pick
Let's
at
do
you.
it.
All right. Everybody, welcome to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm Big Al, your host, and I appreciate each and every one of you that checks out the podcast. The previous shows, the future shows, it's about the music, will always be about the music, the original local and national music scene. I just shove it in your face and I'll slap you around all up and down with the music because you better listen to it. Turn the radio
Amen.
down. Yeah, thank you, Gil. Turn down that radio. Listen, you will hear some great music out there of all different genres, of all different age groups, and even the young ones are making me look bad. So this is a really cool era now. And with the platforms to get your music out there, it's a wonderful thing. So there's no excuse for you not to listen to original music out there. There's a lot of great musicians out there, and we got one in the house today that we're going to talk to. But first, I want to thank a few people. I got to thank Turnstiles Bar and Grill out of West Michigan, where I'm at, that supports the local music scene. I appreciate what you're doing, and you're doing a good job, guys. I need to say thanks to Life Cycle Mushroom Extracts. If you like mushrooms, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm not going there, but go to lifecycle.com. And of course, Rockin' Vodka. If you like spirits, hey,
Ooh.
Rockin' Vodka. That's right, brother. They hit me up, and that's actually the owner is Rick Nielsen, and that is, who is he? Go.
Like Nielsen ratings, like that Nielsen?
No, we're talking the drummer of Cheap Trick.
Are you serious? Wow. Oh
Yeah,
man, I'm
I,
I'm hanging with heavy hitters now. Shit.
I booked his daughter 20 years ago when I was booking. So, so we're supporting that. So it's about the music and supporting good stuff and good people that support the music. And that's what it's about. So now let's get to the show today. This is great. I got a good artist in the house today. We're going to have a lot of fun. It is Gil Faction from Single Brass Faction. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm like, when do we get to meet this great artist? I'm like, where's he at?
Yeah, right. Where did this work? Okay, he'll come out of the closet somewhere.
I
So let
know,
me.
I'm humble, man. I don't. It's hard for me to take compliments. You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing for me.
Yeah.
But like I'm starting to learn to do it. It just is. It's really awkward for me to be considered good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you are good. I've been listening to your music. I like what I hear. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let me
Sure.
tell the podcast people out there in the podcast land a little bit about what your music is. We got some rock and roll going on with a pinch of country, right? And of course, you can't forget to throw a splash of whiskey on it and roll it
That's
all over.
right, baby.
And that's what we got. Single Brass Faction. That's you.
If you ever want to know what whiskey sounded like, just have a listen.
Yeah, exactly. I drink scotch, so it sounds
Okay,
all
well,
the
I mean, whatever your vice is, it's all
same.
good.
So that is awesome, man. Great sounding, Gil. Great sounding, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And like I said, it's really awkward for me to accept the compliment, but I gotta learn. I just gotta learn to deal with it. You know what I mean? And thank you. I appreciate you. It humbles me. It really does truly humble me.
Well, I appreciate you coming to No Cover TV, getting a hold of me. I wish you were at the table so I could see you across from me, but we're doing this remotely. You're in El Paso, Texas, and where it's hot.
Oh yeah.
Hot.
Now we got that Texas heat up in here. Woo,
Yeah. Woo. So
woo, dog. It's a scorcher today.
Oh, I bet it is. I don't miss being out in the desert area. I mean, I miss it, but not the heat, I should say. So,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, so we got quite a bit to talk about. Boy, do we ever. And I'm going to pick at you, okay? I'm going to get in your mind, and I'm going to go places most people don't go.
Okay,
And
but I wanted to disclose a disclaimer because so people don't think you're a jerk. Because I've authorized you to tell me that you've answered that question 3 times. You can shut up now and let's move on. So
okay.
I just want to disclose that right up front because if someone thinks like, wow, this guy's like kind of mean to him, I'm like, nah, I asked for it.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm never purposely mean. I'm always nice, but sometimes I go around the corner and I'll get you. No.
Nah, you're definitely friendly. That's for sure.
We're going to have a lot of fun. So sit back, Gil, and everybody out there in podcast land, kick it back because we're going to have a good time with Gil Faction. And I need you to get on your phones and computers because when we get to the music part of the show, you're going to be listening to some of his music. You need to be listening to it now anyways, and you would be looking up Single Brass Faction. You're on the platforms.
Yeah, I'm on everything that's digitally streaming. I think it's like, I don't know, 34 stores or something like that. They call them stores now.
Stores? No, wow, but I didn't know that.
But like Apple Music, Spotify,
okay.
I don't know, Facebook. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, YouPorn, Twitter. I'm trending on YouPorn, by the way. America's Most Wanted. I made a couple appearances on that show. I mean, I'm everywhere.
That's great. Well, you got to do that, man. You got to branch out because I got to tell a lot of the artists that are starting out. You're starting out like a young tree, and then you're going to branch out, and you stick to your roots. But you got different avenues you can take. Be careful on which one you take, though. Stick to your roots.
Definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm trending on that one, I'm kidding. I'm not on that website, but I'm just, to me, it's funny. That's what I say on stage. So to me, it's funny, but some people take it for whatever it is. Like, oh, this guy's a porn star. I'm like, no. Trust me,
I want his autograph.
Trust me, I ain't.
Right. That's why they.
Yeah, that's my wife. She'll prove it for you.
You'll prove it for me. I don't need the descriptions. I don't need that in my head.
There you go. There you go.
All right, you're mine now. All right, let's do this. All right, Gil. Yeah, we're going on a time capsule journey. All right.
All right. Yeah.
Yep. So let's get in that time capsule, and I'm going to take you way back. Oh, let's see how old I want to be. All right, 12 years old. What are you listening to? When did you decide you liked music enough to pick up that guitar?
Dang it, 12. Well, okay, so I'm going to go a little bit farther back in the time capsule.
Let's do it.
And what used to happen is my dad was a golfer, and so he would go golf at his places wherever he golfed at, and he hung around with a ton of musicians. So
really?
they would come to the house at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. A little bit tipsy, trying to like just have a little jam session and stuff. And so I was like I was either 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there.
Wow.
But I would peek around the corner and I forget that I have a big head. So they're like, hey, who's this guy? And so it was like, hey, come and sit on our amps. Make sure we don't run dry. And I was like, you got it, man. Like, and I honestly, at that age, because, I was young, I felt famous. I felt like I was like, wow, this is like what rock and roll is really like. Like, I was like, I'm living the dream already. And I don't even know how to play these dang guitars.
That is really cool. That to be in that situation, brought up that way, and the musicians being around, that had to be really cool. But what age was it that you decided? What were you listening to at around 10, 12 years old?
Okay, so I used to listen to like the radio, just like straight up whatever's on the radio.
Just whatever.
But then, huh?
I was going to say, was it just mostly classic music, or did you dabble in other stuff?
No, it was really just like pop. Like whatever was popular, because I didn't know any better. I was 12, but then I heard this band called the Descendants, and I was like, "What the what?" I was like, "Music is this cool?" I was like, "Oh no, I gotta start listening to this stuff." But that's probably the first band that took me off the radio and put me on listening and discovering music on my own that I wouldn't find on the radio.
Okay, great. So then did you start to listen to different genres? And then what age did
Oh,
you, well, let's talk about the genres. What did you listen to?
yeah. So when I was that age, I was like, so my uncle, his name was Abraham. He
Hmm.
gave my dad some guitars, like high dollar end guitars, whatever. Um,
Wow.
a Gibson Les Paul and like who knows what else. So what
Mhm.
I would do when my dad was at work is I would sneak into the closet and like go grab the guitars, right? And I'm like, oh man, this is
Oh,
cool. But then
no.
I had to sneak back as soon as I heard the car come into the driveway. So I was like, oh son of a gun, here we go. All right, I don't want to get in trouble or whipped or whatever. So I just started tinkering with his guitars, and he's like, you ain't gonna ruin these. You
Right.
ain't gonna ruin these, baby. So he bought me my own
Mhm.
guitar. And so I learned how to play it. And my dad's not with us anymore. He passed in '03.
I'm sorry.
Prostate cancer. I mean, he made me, man. So it's like,
That's right. He
you
did.
are, you are sorry.
He's proud of you. I know he is.
Thank you, man. That fucking means a lot to me. That means a lot to me.
Definitely, man. So
But
what was that guitar? What was it?
so what it was is I just like I was listening. This is my two genres that I listen to the most: the Beatles and Metallica. Like what?
What? Yeah, right. Trying to think. Wait a minute here. That's jumping to both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
Wow.
Because well, here's the thing. Someone had a Beatles book, one of my buddies or something. So I learned every Beatles song that can be played on guitar. But then they were like metal punk guys. So like I learned the Misfits. I don't know if you're familiar with punk rock.
Yes.
But I was the hugest Misfits fan in my high school. And I
Mm.
learned every Metallica song that could be played to my level of playing, which was not really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
But so I just went for it. You know what I mean? Like who's gonna stop me? Like I was living a daydream. You know?
Yeah, you didn't know where it was going to go, but it obviously is taken off because now where are we at? What age did you decide to more or less start writing music and decide, hey, I'm going to go out there and play?
That was 39. Believe it or not,
39.
I played in a band when I was 17. My parents had to co-sign for the record deal.
Okay, yeah,
And,
you were
and
a teenager. That's right.
but I played guitar only. I wasn't a singer. So it was like that's when I got bit. I was like, man, I'm already famous. Like I got a record deal. Like I thought I was cool. You know what I mean?
Right, man.
But the reality of it is like I'm an idiot. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I mean, fast forward fast forward 30 years later, and I was living in Vegas,
Okay.
and I saw this band called the Cadillac Three, and they were
Cadillac
playing at
3.
Fremont. I don't know if you're familiar with Fremont, but it's where like that canopy is, where they do that show and everything, like on the
Yeah.
canopy.
Yep.
So I think it was 2013, 2014. It was December 7th or December 6th. I say I'll never forget, and I forgot. But I saw these guys play, and I was like, "What the what? Like that's what you can do
Right.
with a guitar and
Oh,
a drum
man.
set now?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm putting a band back together." And I
There
literally
you
have it on my Facebook, Blues Brothers. You know, when it's like, "I'm putting a band back together." Remember that?
go. That was a great movie.
I'm dating myself, but
It may take out, right?
but come to find out, like this guy, Jaron Johnson, is a killer songwriter. Like he writes for Eric Church, Keith Urban, Tim McGraw. Like this guy is a heavy hitter. You know what I mean when it comes to songwriting. So I was like, he's always been my inspiration when I get stuck because
Okay.
he can write anything from anywhere to anything, and I'm just like, I got to get that good. Like once I'm that good, I'll be all right.
Okay. So
That was my litmus test.
that was your test. Did you pass it?
Mm, no, he'd probably be disappointed, but I'd still like to jam with him. I'd still like to jam with him. I mean, to be able to write songs like heavy songs like that, like number one hit, country rock songs, that's not a thing that
Mm.
most singer songwriters can put under their belt. You know what I mean?
it's difficult, and a lot of the big artists that I've worked with, they don't write their own music. They pay for it, and then they
Of
sing it.
course, of course.
So
Man,
definitely,
he's
so
the one writing it.
exactly.
He's the
So
one writing it, man. So it's like, dang, all right. So if I want to be a heavy hitter, I got to at least be able to compete. So part of my practice routine is I just put his songs on and I try to keep up. And hopefully he's not watching and laughing.
no, he's not. No, no, no. Now, I want to know how long a Single Breast Faction has been. When did you put that together?
So that started out in 2017. It was originally an electric band with an
Really?
upright bassist
Yeah.
and a drummer. I like to keep it simple, man, because people's schedules, oh my God, it's like brain damage for me.
Yeah. Right.
But once I moved to El Paso, I had to take it solo because, not to knock El Paso, but a lot of people here are not willing to invest in themselves as an artist.
That's sad. That is.
And it is sad because, oh my God, the talent here is ridiculous. Ridiculous talent in this town. But they're not willing to be like, I'm going to go on the road for 6 to 8 months, you know what I mean, or whatever it takes.
It depends, I guess, on the passion in your heart for your music. I mean, if you really want to do it and make it, get your music out there, you're going to kick yourself in the ass, and you're going to get out there and you're going to do it.
Right.
And
Well, there's two bands. There's two bands out of this city that made it. One of them's at the Drive-In. I'm sure you heard of him, Mars Volta. The
yeah,
other one is Pissing Razors, which is the
well,
worst name ever. But
well,
they still did it. They still did it. You know what I mean?
right, right, yeah.
So
You put in the work, the due diligence, and you can do it. It's
yeah.
amazing. What the art. This actually is No Cover TV's Mental Health Month for entertainers. So we're going to be doing a show on mental health in a couple of weeks and stuff about anxiety, depressions, and what entertainers go through and stuff like that.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I got to tune in for that because I'll tell you what, being a creative person, it's a double-edged sword because you cannot live a normal everyday life like a
No.
9 to 5er and be creative. You're either one or the other, and once you figure out what you are, ooh man, that hurts. Like you need a helmet.
You do, and I've been doing this for 4 years, from playing and then doing the TV show and booking and everything else, and I'm still pulling knives out of my back. This could be a dangerous business. It's a great business. It's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of people out there that will want to latch on and try to, I won't say take advantage of you, maybe. Promise you the world and they can't deliver.
Good thing I look ugly, so they don't even try it.
There you go.
I have that to back me up. Like, oh, this guy looks mean. I mean, I'm the sweetest guy in the world, right up until I'm not. You know what I mean?
And that's the way I am too. I'm pretty blunt how I tell it the way it is, and that's it. So that's
well,
all right.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Here's how I start off every show. I was like, I wrote a couple songs for you. Hope you guys like them. If not, you can kiss my ass. And I just start playing. That's me though. That's me doing what I do. You know what I mean?
Be yourself. That's what you got to do. I learned that a long time ago. To hell with everybody and what they think about me, and just do what you do and enjoy it. Some people aren't going to like what you do, and they're going to hold it against you. And I have that problem, but who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Because guess what?
It's my life.
Are you feeding me or not? Because if you're feeding me, then I might care a little bit, but I'm still going to eat what I want. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Now you are doing solo projects now, right?
Yeah. No, I'm totally solo now. So it's just me, Scarface, which is my acoustic Gibson guitar, singer-songwriter guitar.
That's beautiful.
And so I perform solo. But I know when people think like, oh, we're booking an acoustic act, I'm like, I'm not that acoustic act. I am a little bit different.
Well, most of you guys are, because I have quite a few that I work with, and it's enjoyable to watch each of you because you're all different. Because you got to pause, you've got to keep the audience entertained, and you do it in your own way. And I'm sure you do it in a pretty cool way.
Well, I'm unique. I'll say that.
Yes, you are.
I'm unique. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. I'm gonna let that conversation die.
Yeah, we're done, man. Right there.
I'll let that one die. I've got into some trouble, like where like I say stuff on the microphone and people think like I'm being aggressive,
Uh-huh.
but in reality, what I'm trying to do is make sure you're listening to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. I do. That's why I started the TV show, to get people's face and piss them off.
Yeah. We're the same. We're two birds of the same feather, brother.
That's right, man. Speak your mind. It's freedom of speech in my book. That's why.
And guess what? You don't like it? I got a Sharpie now. Where I mark my butt, where you can kiss it.
Oh man, I think we are definitely getting offline here. We might have to do another episode, man. We got to talk about your music, man.
It's a blunt tip, but I mean, you're not gonna miss it. But yeah, no,
you're not gonna miss it.
We can switch gears.
Let's switch the gears just a little bit here, Gil. Now you're a travel one-man band. Now we talked. Now, are you going to hit the road and start playing out across the country a little bit?
Yeah, I was okay. So I was in the middle of booking like Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, because Texas is like a small country. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you think about the size of it, a drive from where I live to Houston's like 16 hours, 17, 18 hours, something like that. Especially the way I drive, probably like 30 hours. But I drive slow. I'm an old man driver. Like
yeah, I'm right.
I ain't in anybody's rush, especially yours. But what I think I'm gonna do is cancel everything but a lot of stuff that I have going on in Corpus and Austin.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna head west. So what I'll do is I'll head to like Albuquerque, Phoenix, Vegas, where like I lived for 24 years. LA, San Diego, and go up the coast, and then come back down and do it again. And hopefully, I do it better.
Hey, that's you just get better and better. And like I said, listening to your music, great stuff. Great stuff.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm truly humbled.
And when the people out there are listening to you, I mean, you're a hell of a songwriter and guitar player and singer. I mean, you should pat yourself on the back. You definitely should. Oh, yeah.
Nah. I gotta stay humble because it'll get out of control. Everything I do gets out of control. So if I do that, it's gonna get out of control. So I'd rather stay humble out of control than be cocky out of control, because I could go from humble to cocky like in 2 seconds, which is not cool. It's not cool. You know what I
mean? Okay. All right. I want to talk about, what is it? Land and Grooves EP or CD? What is this?
Land and Grooves is a full 9-song record, and it's just a bunch of songs that I wrote when I was living in an apartment. If you look up on YouTube the song "I Couldn't," that's actual footage from my apartment when they raided the neighbor.
Damn.
Okay, so here's the situation. So allegedly, right? Because we got a air quotes. Allegedly, somebody fired a pistol from the second story. Or fired a firearm from the second story to the first story. Allegedly, this is allegedly. Allegedly, and then obviously the cops were called, but allegedly, like nobody knows what happened to that dude. So I was like, man, I got to go to work. So I tried to walk out of the door to go to work, right? Mm-hmm. And this is funny. And they were like, "Get back in your apartment." I'm like, "You ain't the boss of me. Who the hell are you?" And I didn't realize what was going on, but I just know I was being yelled at, and I don't like it. So they're like, "Get back in your apartment," and I'm like, "Shut up!" And I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like, oh, okay, and now I'm gonna let the police. So he's like, "Get back in your apartment, sir," and I'm like, "Okay." Like, you guys got more guns than me. So I went back to my apartment and I started videotaping everything, because I was like, I gotta let my job know that I kind of ain't gonna make it today. And guess what? I got fired that day for not coming into work.
They fired you, and the video didn't help. Oh no!
They fired me because they're like, "You're just making up excuses," and I'm like, "All right, I'll tell you what, pick me up. You have a company truck. Pick me up." And they're like, "I'm not gonna go pick you up." And I'm like, "All right, well then take the video for what it is. What do you want me to do, man? Come on, man. Like, what do you want me to do?"
Oh my goodness, man. Well, I think you didn't need that. Your music's better. Do your music. Yes.
But that's actual footage. That's actual footage.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty. I'm gonna check that out. That's
I
great stuff.
couldn't. The songs I couldn't, but and I just released it like probably like 3 or 4 days ago. But I just cut that. I just cut that video recently. But I was like, dang, this is like, I think I have gold here. Like, not necessarily with the song, you know what I mean, but with at least the video. Like,
Oh yeah,
the video is cooler than the song. I think. I don't know. We'll find out.
It grabs people's attention. Exactly.
Oh, for sure. But I was able to, because I do all my own videos. I do everything. Like, I have a green screen and all that mess. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I was able to put a spotlight on a sniper on one of the vans across the parking lot way. So you see that in about I don't know, a couple seconds into the video. You'll see it. It's obvious. There's a spotlight on him, and you don't notice him at first. But when the video keeps going and then it comes back to that part, like you realize, damn, there's a sniper there with like a, I don't know, M16 or some kind of. I know it's gonna go pew pew when he pulls the trigger. You know what I mean?
You didn't open the door and yell, "He's got a gun! He's got a gun!" and stuff like that.
No, it was straight up SWAT. It was there was probably like about 6 cop cars, probably about 10 officers, and I recorded the video where they stormed the door. So one of the guys, I think it was a rookie. I don't know. I blurred their faces just for their protection. But he's carrying a pink shotgun, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's got to be a rookie."
Yeah. Okay.
This guy's got to be the rookie, man. They let him carry the pink shotgun? Ah, come on, man. I can't even get the black one. Like, I can't even look cool. Nah, you get the pink one.
You're not looking cool now with the pink.
You get the pink one, rookie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they were hazing him or whatever, but to me it was funny as hell.
So that's cool. Now, aren't you working on something for 2023 here? Another CD?
Well, I got an EP that I recorded with the boys back in 2018. I can't even remember the date, but it was a long time ago. It was like 500 years ago. It feels like. Right. But I'm gonna release all those songs as singles, and the way I recorded it, because I didn't know what I was doing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure I screwed up a lot of stuff, but the sessions come up in Pro Tools. So the engineer that I have at, and I want to plug this guy for sure, Gas Station Studios, Tyler Gaston in Las Vegas. This dude killed this record. This dude killed. I was like, well, because he was like, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, no. You know what I mean? But I didn't say that. But he's like, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. Like, whatever you want to do, dude, let me know. But I'm fucking paying for it." You know what I mean? So, like, do I have any other choice? But no, this guy, now that I know how he operates, you're going to get everything. You're going to get everything I ever do. Everything.
That's good. It's amazing when you run into good producers and engineers in the studio that can just put it together right and fill it up and make it sound wonderful.
He just has that ear. He just has that. Here's the funny thing. Like, I don't know if I should even say this, but he used to play for a professional football team.
Hey, that's cool.
And I was just like, what? Like, what? Like NFL? Like, you're NFL? And he's like, yeah. And I was like,
that's pretty cool.
I was like, because I like to talk trash NFL style. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. Huh?
Yeah, well, I'm Ohio State fan, so.
No, NFL, though. What do you like NFL-wise?
I don't even watch it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm more like the MMA stuff. I want to see people getting their ass kicked.
Oh, yeah, MMA, yeah. Joe Rogan, all them cats, Dana White.
Oh, yeah. Because I grew up with boxing and karate and all that street fighting good stuff back in the day. So, yeah.
So here's a funny story for you. When I was a real estate broker, which was from 2007 to 2017, Dana White donated some gloves that I can't think of his last name, but Edgar donated to, like, because we were trying to raise money to help protect kids in the dang it, I'm at a loss for words, but the Child Protective Services or whatever it's called in Vegas. They all have different acronyms, but he donated some stuff, and we got a lot of donations from that. But we raised probably about $750, like $800 for child protective services back
Beautiful.
then. But
That's
I thought
good.
it was cool that it was. Oh, I know the name, Frankie Edgar. You remember that
Ah,
guy?
yeah. Well, I heard of him. Yes, I heard of him.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he donated his gloves that he actually fought in. So
Talented
somebody
people.
has them in Vegas. I don't know who. I don't know who won them.
So right
They put
on.
me on the mic and I got lock lipped. I was like, well, I don't know what to say. Like,
Oh,
I don't have my guitar or nothing. Like, I didn't even practice. Like, come on
yeah.
now.
What am I doing here? Oh boy. Oh, well, I got some questions I want to ask you here. And now,
Yeah, man.
you're in El Paso. What's the scene like? I mean, playing out stuff. Are they paying pretty decent? How are they paying? Is it a flat fee? You got to work for the door. What is going on?
Okay, so this might be an unpopular opinion,
Okay.
but to me, like cover bands aren't a scene. They're not the scene.
No.
Original bands are the scene, and like that's what drives. That's what's gonna make it. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm in a cover band and I'm gonna break out of El Paso to go play what Las Cruces. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense. So
No.
so when it comes to original music, I don't personally think there's a scene, and here's why. I've been trying to book a record release show for the last 2 months, and I've only gotten a response from 2 venues.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Now, so let me ask you a question. Would you consider that a scene?
That's tough. That is. That's hard. I'm having a hard time fathoming that you're having a hard time booking it.
Well, it's original. They want to hear Mustang Sally or I don't know what the hell, but I don't play those songs. You know what I mean?
No, and that's
But
why I deal with just original music, and that I've always booked original music. I've never booked a cover band. No, 40
right,
years.
which
So
is crazy. But people here, like to me, El Paso, and this is why I moved out of here. To me, El Paso's always been 30 years backwards. So right now we're in 2023. El Paso is still in 2003.
they're still back there.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, man, what do I do with it? Like, I should have never moved here, being an original musician. Two,
It's a
El
hard scene.
Paso though is lot. El Paso is loaded with talent, but they don't believe in themselves,
They don't know what
which
to
is
do
like,
with
I
it.
don't get it. I'm like, dude, you're better than I am, like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
won't do anything with it. You know what I'm saying?
And that does break my heart because I think some of it's lack of confidence. There's the scene, support, and believing in yourself. I guess.
There's
Um,
no see. It's a lot of. I mean, DIY is not the easiest way to go. Of course, a record label where they do everything for you is the easiest way to go. But guess what?
right.
Like record labels are dying
They
because
are.
they can't
I know.
afford that. They can't afford that business plan anymore.
It does take some logistics to do what you need to do. It's just a lot of work to do it. And most of I would say 92% of all the artists I work with, they would prefer to be independent than to sign a label. Now, there are the ones that do sign the label because they deserve it and they can get the money. Yeah.
They can pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah, they can pull it off. I have one that just signed with Nashville, so he's doing great on a 70 tour.
Congratulations to that guy, man. 'Cause I'll tell you what. Like everybody, it seems this is what it seems like, and this is just from my perspective because I'm doing everything by myself, like literally everything.
Mhm.
As long as I can get into your pocket, they'll be happy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, so you don't want to build nothing, you just want to create it for you. You know what I mean? So I'll build it myself. I'm not afraid to work hard. I was in construction. You know what I mean? I'm not a
Right.
big guy, but I'm not afraid to work either.
There you go.
And I
It
think a
takes
lot of people lost that insight. I think a lot of people lost that.
true, and we're about the same ages probably, but back in the day, we didn't have all this fun, easy gear and stuff. We had to open the trunk and put up posters and give out cassettes or CDs and
Remember the
promote
staple
that.
gun? Remember the staple gun on the telephone poles?
Telephone pole. Well, everyone in our town has got nails all up and down them.
I'm telling you, man. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's afraid to do that now. They just want like the easy road. I don't know what they want, but
I don't get it.
the thing is this, like whatever it is that you don't want, then it's not for you. So I'm not shaming them or faulting them, but I know what I want. So I'm not going to stop until I get it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. It might have sounded like I was trash talking El Paso, which I wasn't trying to do. But if you don't want it, it's not going to land in your lap. You got to go get it. And if you ain't if you ain't willing to go get it, you ain't going to have it. That's just the way it works nowadays.
Yeah. Sit around and see what you get.
Yeah. Your two hands, right? Fill one up with shit, fill one up with the other. Like
there you go. See what happens.
So what I was doing is I was writing songs, reaching out to podcasters, reaching out to anybody that would listen to me, anyone that would respond. That's who I reached out to.
I appreciate it. I'm glad you reached out, brother. Having a great time.
Oh man, this is a blessing, dude. You're a blessing in my life right now. I know you probably hear that all the time, but I already know because I'm in tune with my body and spirit, right? So I already know you're a blessing in my life. This is not the first time we're going to be in touch with each other. I already know that.
That's right, brother. We will stay in touch, and you will be back on the podcast. And I wish I was still on TV, but you'd be on the show.
I'm going to meet you in person. I already know. I've already seen us meeting in person.
Oh, that's going to be dangerous, but it will happen.
That's okay.
That will happen.
I'm uglier than you, so we're good.
We'll compete to that one. All right, yeah, you got a competition there.
I'm uglier than you. I got you covered, man. You're gonna get all the girls. I'm just gonna sit back and drink my beer.
That's all you use that bullshit again. Oh, so now I got some more questions here before we run out of time. Okay, because we're having a great time here, ladies and gentlemen. So as you get onto the platforms, look up Single Brass Faction and listen to some music. Yeah, we're going to go over it in just a second, but I got a couple more questions I want to ask you. And I know you don't like to compliments too much, but when you put the guitar on and you get to the front of stage and you get in front of people, you start jamming and they start jamming and possibly start singing your songs. How does that make your heart feel?
My heartburn?
Your heart feel. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Hey man, if you can vibe with me, you're a part of me in a sense. You know what I mean? Like I'm sharing my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears with you every time I touch these strings. And if you like it, hey, what's up, brother? What's up, sister? You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. But that's the stage that I'm in, is I'm trying to find my audience.
Exactly. And you appreciate it so much. And that's what I love about the artists and the original music, all artists, is that you're doing what you love, but you're also doing it to make the audience and the people and the fans love it too, and make them happy and smile for a couple hours, because everybody has a shitty day.
Oh, so, yeah. And no matter what day you had, it doesn't matter. When you come to see me play, like, that's going to be way in the past, because it's about to be a good time right now. You know what I mean? That's what I try to bring to the table.
It's right. That's why we're going to hang, Gil. Yes, indeed. Now, I got another question here. All right. Yes, sir. You've been playing for quite some time. You were in a band. You signed as a teen. You hit the stage. If you're either in a band or by yourself, who's the one person in your heart and dreams that you would like to jam with, play with, be in front of the audience with? Who you want?
Easy answer. Jaron Johnson, Cadillac 3.
No,
I love that guy. He doesn't know who I am, but I love that guy.
There, you need to contact him. Let's do it.
He's starting a record label. I'm sure he's busy. Like he doesn't have time. I'm a small timer, man. I'm nobody from nowhere. You know what I mean? That's how I always see it. That's how I see myself. I'm nobody from nowhere. But if I could write a song with him, if I could jam with them, if I could just like strum some strings with them, like that's what would make my heart happy. And if I die, I don't think I'm gonna die, but if I die, I would die happy.
Oh, brother, I mean, you're a credible artist. You might be dogging yourself, but I ain't gonna allow it to happen because I got a big foot and I know where to stick it. So you're awesome, brother.
That's
You're
what I like.
freaking awesome. All right. Now we're going to get in a little area here that might get us in trouble.
Okay.
Now, we got to talk about a subject here that I do my due diligence on you artists, and I do my little homework and stuff. And I went to your Facebook page, and I saw things on your page that, well, we're kind of funny. But anyways.
Oh, just say it, man. Just say it. If I put it on there, I put it on there. I ain't gonna lie about it.
It goes with one of your songs too. Now, I heard one of your songs, and I'm thinking about this video, and I'm thinking, if PETA knows about this, we got to relocate, fast. All right. Now, the video I'm talking about is the one where the lady was on the horse and flipped over, and her head went up the horse's ass.
Oh, she was doing a colonoscopy.
Yeah, she did it. All right. Oh, my God. Okay. So, all right. Now, I'm mentally disturbed a little bit. Okay. Now we get to the music. Okay. Let's go to the song. Okay. I don't know. I got a lot of contraptions on my board here. I'm going to push a button. Let me see if it works. Okay. Let's see. That's
gonna be funny as hell.
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear crows.
Yeah. So, what's the name of the song?
Well, no, that post wasn't a song. That was just somebody that flipped over.
Murder of Crows.
No, okay, that wasn't that video.
No, that was
Murder
the video.
Crows is like a angel with black wings.
Right. So we got a horse video where a lady's up the horse's butt. Now you're to write a song about crows and kicking their butt and them kicking your butt. So
okay. Now I get where you're going. Okay, so
right.
All right. So let me explain the song. First, let me explain the song. So, me and my wife, we were staying in a broom closet, and it was during COVID. So what we did is we just watched videos all day long and watch YouTube. You know what I mean? We're writing songs, doing stupid things. That's when we were criminal. Is during COVID.
Okay. Yeah.
So we watched that actual movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Okay.
Murder of Crows.
That's right.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's a trippy video. So I started researching, like, what does this mean? Like, what is a murder of crows? Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, what? And then I heard gaggle of geese, a flock of pheasants, hand-picked a pickled pepper on the side of the street with a dang hot sauce. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. So I researched it. And what it was these Englishmen back in the day. I don't even know what centuries. You'll have to research it if you want. But I researched that they were like naming these things like kind of colorful.
Okay.
So when I wrote Murder of Crows, it was during a breakup. We broke up. Okay. And so I left. So if you actually listen to the song, the lyrics start off like this. Like, at the beginning, I think those murder of crows are protecting me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're really trying to harm me. You know what I mean?
Point. Yeah, I do.
And that's like been our situation, because I'm hard to hate and hard to love. And I stole that from Darren Johnson straight up. But it's one of those things where this girl, Denise, who actually co-wrote Criminal, this girl's in love with me. She ain't letting me go. So
that's great.
I got to figure out how to not be such a jerk, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm not a cheater. I'm not one of those guys, but I'm like, I'm mean. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell it to you straight. I'm a mean guy.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
And so when I wrote Murder of Crows, we broke up, and I think we were songwriting at the time. I can't remember. But at any rate, I went back to Mom's house because I'm a musician, and Mom's always going to save my butt.
That's right.
Well, right up until lately.
Point.
right up until lately. But
You there, Gil? Gil, you still there, buddy? I still got you on the screen. If you can hear me, why don't you shut off and I'll resend you a link and we'll finish this up. So,
all right.
you there? All right, you're there.
Yeah, I'm here, but it got chopped off. All right.
There he is.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I forgot to copy the link. I was trying to. It kept asking me for my email. I'm like, "What are you asking me for my email for? Like, you're already
Right.
sitting."
No,
Sorry.
no. So,
My
anyways,
apologies.
on podcast land, we had a little technical difficulty, but we are back.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, we're with Gil Faction or the Single Brass Faction. We are having a great time, and we already put in 44 and a half minutes, and we're going to put in about another 10, 15 minutes in. How's that sound?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right. So
If you're here, I'm here.
That's cool, brother. I appreciate it. No, we were songs and how we're probably going to have to hide because Peter knows about us now and stuff like that. And song and stuff and everything. And I'm loving the music. I like the song This Train and stuff. That's great. I like them all.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
And what I feel when I listen to your music is I've done a lot of traveling, and it's like traveling music to me.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
How do I put that? Well, in my mind, it's a guy with a guitar on his back that's going across the country like I did and play. And
like I'm traveling, not you're traveling. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify.
If I'm traveling and listening to music, you're what I want to listen to. You put the heart in to make the mind think. It all comes together, and it also brings nature in with it, and I like that, man.
Thank you.
I can only take heavy metal for so long, all right, or anything else for that matter.
I just ain't that angry, man. Like, I'm a cool dude. I ain't that angry to be listening to that kind of stuff all, for like 8 hours. It's like that's a lot of time to be angry.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
You're right. Well, there's some that can do it. Oh my goodness! Oh boy, unbelievable.
No, I know.
So you're going to be doing the solo gig here. You're going to look like you're going to be doing a tri-state tour and a little farther out. Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
What's the future looking like in about 5 years, 10 years? What's going to be? I know the music's just going to grow and get better and better. What are we looking at? A possible band again? What are you going to do?
I would love to put a band together, and that's why I go by Gil Faction, because Single Brass Faction is the band, right?
Yes.
The band that I don't have. But Gil Faction is like, okay, Gil Faction is part of Single Brass Faction, which is confusing to everybody, including my distributors. But it's like I would, oh my God, to be able to play electric again, that's my dream. That's my dream, with the drums hitting and the bass thumping. You know what I mean? Like that's what gets me off.
That's it.
That gets me off.
That's a great feeling, man, when you strap on the guitar and turn it up. Oh, yes.
Oh, man. And it turned up to 10. Oh, we're going to turn up to 11. Shoot, boy. But it's one of those things where you can't stop. Once you're in the middle of it, you ain't going to stop. You got to keep trucking through it. And so you got to be like in tune, because now you're tuning into other people's vibrations and harmonies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was when I was a kid, there was 2 songs that I learned and I played over and over, and I pissed my mom right the hell off. She hated me.
Good job.
One was "Smoke on the Water."
Good job.
And the other was "Stranglehold" by Ted.
Ted Nugent.
So yeah, and I got to hang out with, I call him Uncle Ted, but I got to hang out with Ted in '94. Yeah. And,
no way. Oh man, that must have been the coolest thing ever.
It was, and he would come to, it was called Grand Valley State TV station, and do a show, because he'd talk about hunting and stuff, and he'd play his guitar, and I brought my guitar actually, and I showed him my
no way. Do you have pictures?
Well, I have an autographed picture. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta post it.
So it was like, man, he laughed his ass off, man. I felt bad, man. It's like I've been working on this since I was 12 years old, man. I ain't picking the guitar up ever again now.
But
So,
but you know what? To be like with a person, I mean, think about you're doing this every day for like, I don't know, 200, 300 days a year. You
mhm.
can't compare yourself if you're playing in just like your bedroom or
No,
whatever to somebody that does
no.
that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
the fact that you got to do it in front of him, like, oh, that's
that was fun.
awesome.
So I've had a good run with some artists. Brett Michaels of Poison. That was fun.
Wow, man. I
This
love
guy.
it. I
And
love it.
one of the bigger artists, well, I work with Robin Robbins from Bob Seger, the keyboard player, good friend of mine, good
Oh
friend.
my word, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was gonna be this heavy of a show, man.
Oh yeah, we
Like I
don't
said,
care.
I'm nobody from nowhere, man. I don't. I just do what I do, and hopefully you like it. If not, I don't know.
Oh, we're all gonna like it because I'm all over the world. I
I
piss
love it.
everybody out,
I
music
love it.
out there. And if you got a piece of paper or pencil down, I want you to write this gentleman's name down, and I want you to send your music and a bio to him. All right, he's out in Australia. He has like
Okay.
5 or 4 radio stations.
Oh,
His name is Ralphie's Music of the World.
hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I gotta find a paper. Ralph, Music of the World.
Ralphie's Music of the World. He's 100% indie, rock, country, pop, acoustic, alternative. He'd like to have a bio and your music to go over, and he will pump it as much as he can all throughout Australia and the world.
Oh my word! Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. So it's Ralphie, RALPHIES, Music of the World.
Yeah, PHYS. Yeah, Ralphie's.
PHYS. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So he's at, he also has unsignradio.co.uk, 8 Spark Radio, Veterans Family Radio,
Whoa,
Weebly.com.
I can't write that fast, man. I only went to the 3rd grade 5 times. Come on now.
Hey, so, you made that part.
You lost me at unsigned radio, and then I ran out of pen.
So, well, I'll send you this stuff.
All right,
So
yeah. Tell me, yeah. It doesn't even know on the podcast.
So definitely. So, all right. Now you've been doing this for quite a while. There's a lot of youngsters out there that are really kicking butt and are amazing. Got any advice for them?
I do. You know what it is? Don't quit. Don't quit and don't listen to anyone's negativity. Just keep, if you love it, if this is in your blood, don't quit. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you. Don't quit.
Don't give up. No.
Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't listen to this negativity nonsense.
No.
Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it and keep doing it good. And guess what? Always be a student of yourself.
Yeah. You are always learning. I'm always learning. And if you got the passion, you are going to grasp it, and you're just going to take the bull by the horns. You're going to go. Yeah.
But even then, if you're selling out Madison Square Garden, guess what? Still consider yourself a student.
Yeah,
you're going to learn something from that. You're going to learn something, and that's what you have to take away from it. That's the best advice I could give to anybody right now.
That's right. That's when the can falls from the ceiling and hits you in the head. Oh,
learn to wear a helmet.
Oh man, no,
I love it.
Great, I've seen it all, brother. Oh my god,
I know. But that's us old dogs with experience. You know what I mean? Like you try to tell the youngins, and they're like whatever, and I'm like, nah, man. Always consider yourself a student.
Yep.
Don't ever think you're bigger than the tool you're using to create the passion that you're creating.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
No. And I tell a lot of the youngsters and the new bands is shut the hell up and listen. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot. Because back in the day, I thought I knew it all, but I didn't know a damn thing.
Well, imagine me at 17 signed to an indie label that I was like, oh, my parents got to sign. I'm famous already. What?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know where that went? Straight into the garbage. That turned into nothing. But I learned to be humble. I learned to be humble.
Exactly. Enjoy it all the way. Now, I noticed you've got quite a few fans out there that are following you and liking your music. How's that feel, brother? Doing good.
It does feel good, but I'm gonna stay humble, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I work my butt off to get to where I've gotten to now.
Right.
But that doesn't mean don't pump the brakes. You know what I mean? That means keep going. Pedal to
Push
the metal.
harder.
You
Yeah,
know, push harder. There you go. Push harder, and keep pushing harder. And then when you think you can't push harder, guess what? Push harder.
It is hard to pick yourself up sometimes, but you can do it, man. Just go do it. Just
Exactly,
do it. Yeah.
man. Exactly.
Man. So now we were talking about labels and independent. You
Okay.
did the label thing before. Would you do it again, or would you rather stay independent?
Damn, you know, okay, here I'm gonna put you straight because I'm a straight shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can put me in front of some big crowds, you get a cut because you're putting your work in.
That's right.
But if you're gonna give me the same crowds that I've been putting myself in front of, what do you deserve? Like, come on, man! Like, if I could have done it, why can't you know what I mean? That's just basically how I see it, and I don't think the market is there for that kind of situation. But if you have that kind of pull, hey man, I'll give you a cut.
Yeah.
I ain't greedy.
But hey, definitely. Now we talked about you when you did your CD. You talked about being in the studio with your producer engineer. Now, did you use mostly digital, all digital? Did you throw in a little analog in that?
Well, so here. Oh man, that was a long story too. So I started off at one studio. We did a rough mix. It was horrible, and I released it. I went to a second studio. This guy ripped me off. He stole a bass of mine and a 2 preamp.
Oh, jeez.
And I met Joe in Austin, Texas airport at 4 a.m. I was looking for a place to sleep.
Okay.
So it's 4 a.m, and I was like, I've never met him in my life before. He's a Vegas guy.
Right.
And he said, dude, what's up with your record, man? Like, we had other conversations, but I'll just get to the music part. Okay. But he said, what's up with your record? I was like, I got burned at the last studio, whatever. This guy ripped me off, this, that, and the other. And he's like, dude, I got you, man. Nice. He's all, finish your record with my son. Gas station recording studio in Las Vegas. And this guy, like, I don't know how these opportunities are landing in my lap right now. I'm really, truly, when I say I'm humbled, like, you think like, oh, that's what everyone says, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm beyond blessed, and I'm truly humbled. Like, I don't even tell people what I do. You know what I mean? They kind of figure it out. They think I rob banks or something. I don't know, but I just try to give it back as much as I've gotten. I try to give it back.
That's beautiful. That's the best way to put it. I love that, Gil. Thank you very much. You're an amazing, amazing artist. And everybody out there in podcast land, check out Gil Faction. And if he's out playing out or he's going out west, get to his show. Support are my 3 favorite words. Support the original music scene. Get the swag. Get something. Approach Gil. He bites about 2 times, and then you're good to go. But, yeah, you know.
And keep in mind, this guy likes whiskey, too, so don't be afraid to...
Flash of whiskey. You got to throw that back on there. Oh.
Don't be afraid to buy him a good shot of whiskey, because he'll enjoy it. I guarantee you.
Yeah, he'll loosen up, and the songs will get better. Oh, watch out.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. The more I drink, the better I sound. Straight up.
Exactly. You don't remember. Gil, we had a great time today. I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, brother. Like, now we're family, so you're stuck with me now, man. So I'll be meeting you in person soon. I'm gonna head down your way, and I'll introduce myself. I'll let you know when I'm coming down, and
yes,
maybe we could do something live or something. I don't know what you want to do, like what you're up to, but I definitely want to meet people that support me face to face. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's just my thing.
I'll get you a gig at Turnstiles or whatever if you show up here. So yeah, so definitely. So I'm going to support you, but get your music out there as much as possible. Everybody, get on the computer, your phone, whatever you use to go to these platforms, listen to his music because it's great. I can't stop listening to it. I love it.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I'm humble.
A pat on the back, brother. And Dad's
I'm
proud of
humble,
you.
man. I'm humble. I'm not used to it. I'm honestly just not used to it. But I'll take it. You know what I mean? But
You
I'm
deserve
humbled. I'm truly
you,
humbled. Thank you.
you deserve it. This is your show, and we wrap the show up with your last words. What do you want to say? This is your show. You want to thank anybody? Anybody you want to give props to? What do you want to say?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. You never know the battle that someone's battling in their head. So treat them with kindness and love, and this world will be a better place.
Amen. Amen, brother. Thank you for saying that, and especially being Mental Health Month for us here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tell
So
them
we
I
got to
said that.
support them.
Tell them I said that.
So that was great, Gil. Thank you so much for everything. I'm going to keep my eye on you. And oh, yeah, we're going to meet, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot
Oh,
of fun.
you have no idea. Just bring a helmet. I'm warning you now. Bring a helmet.
Oh, oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah. So everybody out there, check out the previous shows. Check out the future shows. We got some great shows coming up. I go through them, but there's just too many to do. You're just gonna have to check them out because we try
Just
to do a lot.
subscribe, baby. Just subscribe to the
Follow.
podcast. Just subscribe.
Exactly. We're hitting everybody all over the world, all over America. If your music is getting out there and heard. And that's why I do now. The TV show is mostly about the music, and I did a 15-minute interview. Now it's about the interview. I get the full story out, and it's up to you out there to get up your butts and look up these artists and play their music and turn the damn radio off and quit playing the same old songs for the last 40 years.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Because if I say it, I'm a jerk.
Well, I'll be the jerk today because I'm used to being it.
I mean, you know, when you write your own songs, it's like, oh, you're a jerk. And I'm like, oh, all right.
All right. So if you're a jerk or an artist, get a hold of me.
There you go.
Get a hold of me at No Cover TV's Facebook page. You get a hold of my personal page, Al Brady. Emails, what is it? That No Cover TV at yahoo.com. You can get a hold of me. So if you don't get a hold of me and I find you, that's a little different because I'm really going to dig deep into stuff. So you might want to find me first.
There you go. Al, baby. Big Al. Hey, man, this was a killer interview, man. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm gonna meet you in person. Trust and believe that. I'm gonna meet you in person. That's my goal.
You're the best, brother. You're the best, Gil. Keep kicking ass with your music. All right. I can't wait to hear what's coming up next from you. All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Definitely. All right, everybody out in No Cover TV podcast land. Thank you for stopping by. Keep playing this episode because it was a great time. And now I got to try to figure out how to put the two together.
And don't forget to subscribe to No Cover TV. Don't forget to subscribe.
You subscribe to you. It's not about me. It's about you. It's your show.
It's teamwork. It's teamwork, baby. It's teamwork. Teamwork. We work together.
Work together. No Cover TV and Gil Faction. We're working together. So
thank you, brother.
Music out there. He's going to make your heart bleed and make it happy. Oh, yes. Keep pumping them out there. Let's leave the animals alone. All right. All right, Gil. Well, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank you. And you just take care of yourself, brother. I wish the best for you. And I'll talk to you real soon. All right. Gil, I think I lost you. You still there? If you're not, Gil, we're going to wrap up the show so you can disconnect, and I'm going to put these together. And it doesn't look like Gil's with us anymore, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to probably hit finish recording unless I hear Gil's voice in the next few seconds here. So check out the No Cover TV podcast shows, the previous shows, and of course the future shows, and the shows that I do when I'm up late at night where I play the music and act stupid and crazy and talk all kinds of crap and stuff like that. And I forgot to mention a bunch of other people that were on the show when I did the appreciation show, and I'll mention them later. So anyways, I want to thank Gil Faction for being on the show today. A great singer, songwriter, musician. He is going places. Oh yeah. Proud of him. So thank you everybody out there for listening to No Cover TV podcast, and thank you, Gil, for an awesome show. I'm going to talk to you soon, brother. Peace. We're out of here.